Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Hey, hi Manan, how are you? Good to see you. Hello. I remember you from our sessions on Creative Corner at Unacademy. Yep. I'm just waiting for a few more students to join. This was a little bit of a, I think rescheduled one. So let's see. Those were all on the YouTube channel, can you just put a hi? I'm just trying to see. I think we just have only Manan who's joined. Let's see if anybody else is there. And then we can get started. You can hear me, right? I hope you can hear me. Can you give a thumbs up if you can hear me? Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Hey, hi Manan, how are you? Good to see you. Hello. Okay. I remember you. Okay, let me get started. At least the session is getting recorded, and that this will be available on YouTube. So I'm hoping those who are not able to join now can get a chance to see the session later on. So welcome to this session. It's part of Creative Corner. Presented by Unacademy, a great platform that we have today, enabling borderless learning. That's what I call it, because you have the opportunity to reach out, to a large pool of educators sitting right from the comfort of your home, and it's all the more relevant in today's time, isn't it? So we're going to cover some quick speed multiplication tricks, 2 and 3 digit numbers using Vedic mathematics. And before that, let me just give you a quick insight. Creative Corner is a wonderful concept because of the fact that it opens you unlimited. Opens you to doors of unlimited possibilities, right? Whether you want to be an artist, you want to play chess, you want to build your own robot, you can explore this at your own convenient time, sitting right from the comfort of your home. And that's one of the benefits of Creative Corner, because Creative Corner has really expanded into a wide variety of topics, right from app creation to chess, doodling, financial literacy. You see the amount of depth and breadth of topics that you have here. So use this as an opportunity to enhance your skills, because these are multidisciplinary skills that you need to tackle the world of the future. We've already seen how events like the pandemic can create disruption in many companies, many organizations, even in your schools, your work life and all that. So it's very important that we have wide variety of talent that can come to your rescue in difficult times. Unacademy, of course, comes at a subscription. You have a number of options in terms of trying this out, for 1 month, 6 months, 12 months, and you have all that, the monthly cost here listed out in front of you. You can use my code AB10 for a 10% discount. That you can try. I would suggest start off small, and then if you like it, and then extend it, and of course refer your friends and family. Okay, so Yeah, as I said, you access to unlimited courses. One is you can learn from the comfort of your home. You have structured courses, digital skills, both creative and digital skills, and also helping you to enhance your soft skills. So what more do you want, right? I mean, this is has everything. Also wanted to shout out, there's an event called Unacademy Ascent. It's an all India championship for 6 to 12th. You will find more details on the Unacademy website. So it's got some attractive prizes and scholarships to be won. So let me quickly get into today's session and just briefly also introduce myself. My name is Anup. I will be your coach and mentor on Vedic Mathematics. I teach Vedic Mathematics on Unacademy, both for the Plus and Creative Corner. Quick background about myself. I have about 19 plus years of professional experience in the IT industry. I'm a certified Vedic Math tutor from Vedic Maths and Academy at UK. And I've done my graduation in mechanical engineering and a 1 year senior management program from IIM. You can look me up on LinkedIn. And a brief history on Vedic mathematics. I thought I'll just quickly touch upon this because it is extremely relevant that you know the origins of Vedic mathematics, right? And as a subject, it's over 2,000 years old. It originated in India. It was rediscovered in the 20th century. Why I'm telling rediscovered is because a lot of this knowledge was very deeply mentioned in the Vedas, and Swami Bharatiya Krishna Tirthaji sometime in early 20th century explored these Vedas. See, he was a master of different subjects. He knew physics, astrology, mathematics, science, and broadly science, and he was able to connect a lot of the dots. Now it's debatable to see whether it's really part of the fact that you've used Vedic mathematics, but I think it's, see, whatever the term is used, it doesn't matter. I think as long as you can gain from some good knowledge and make use of it, that's what matters. So name doesn't matter, right? Of course he's got inspired from the Vedas. He's understood, connected the dots, because I'll tell you, fundamentally our existence around us, the universe, the planet, everything has a connection, right? How we are formed, we as a single unified object, right? We are here, we're just an object, right, in the whole scheme of things. And the whole scheme of things is built around mathematics, because mathematics can give answers to many of the unknown mysteries that we have. A lot of the unknown mysteries have been solved using mathematics. So mathematics is in helping answer how our universe is formed and how we have also formed. So very important concept that has evolved over such times, and Swamiji has given very useful insights that you all should make use of, right? And why Vedic mathematics? Because ultimately, what are the outcomes? The outcome is you're able to solve problems more efficiently and faster, and it promotes creativity, right? One good aspect of Vedic mathematics is solving a problem. The student or the learner can pick and choose the right way, right? And that also promotes creativity. And it's also consistent, at the same time, uniform and consistent. Why I say that? Because sometimes when you do a multiplication technique or a division technique, you can actually inverse it. For example, you're finding powers and roots, right? Roots and powers, they're inverse. The method for finding powers and the method for finding roots, you can inverse it, and that's why it is also there is a uniformity in it. It increases flexibility. Of course, one is because Vedic mathematics just doesn't cover arithmetic, right? It has a broad spectrum of applications in algebra, geometry, and more. We'll talk about that. And ultimately, why does it, it's easy and fun? Because when you're able to do things quickly and faster, it becomes easy and fun, right? So this is a depth and breadth of Vedic mathematics, and this is why I love it, because you can even do Pythagoras theorem, your calculus, so it's a whole, it covers all aspects of mathematics, and there's nothing that you cannot do. Right. So let's quickly get into today's session without further ado. We're going to do a bit of general multiplication, and we'll of course more sessions like these throughout the month of February, and we will cover a lot more, but just quickly let me introduce you to one very, very basic and fundamental concept, that is vertically and crosswise, right? It's a very important sutra that is used within Vedic mathematics, and let me try to see. Yeah, right. It's vertically and crosswise. Very important. And it's a, the pattern is very simple. And in Vedic mathematics, like just like in nature, right, you have a lot of patterns, right? You have spirals, you have fractals, so there's a lot to do, and we'll talk about that in some of the sessions when I get a chance, because patterns are very important, because with patterns you can infer a lot of things, and with patterns you can predict a lot of things, right? So that's the beauty of patterns, and we will learn Vedic mathematics with the help of some patterns. And patterns help, the good part about patterns is because you're able to visualize it quickly and you're able to absorb it faster. So simply here, the pattern for multiplication or two-digit multiplication is this. That's it. So this is all that you need to remember. Right now, let's look at what these mean. What the blue crosses and what the red crosses mean. Now, the blue crosses mean you're multiplying vertically, and the red crosses mean that you're multiplying and adding crosswise. Right? That's all. And the blue crosses again on this side means you're multiplying the digits vertically. That's it. So when you look at the left side, you have a very traditional way of doing things, right? 24 into 12. So first you multiply this units place by this units place, you get 8. You multiply the tens place by this units place, you get 48. And then again you do similar for the tens place of the second digit that you're trying to multiply, and then you add it up together. Now there is nothing fundamentally that we're doing different in Vedic mathematics also. It's simply the same thing, right? But we are actually sequencing it a little better so that you don't have to do it all the way around. So when I talk about 24 into 12, a very simple problem that we're taking here, 24 into 12, oops. So 24 into 12. So what are you doing here? The very first step is to multiply the last two digits here vertically and you get an 8, right? Very straightforward. Your next digit, that is your units in your tens place. How do you get your tens place? You're multiplying this, your units tens by the ones, and this tens by the ones. Ultimately, that's what your tens place is. See, when you're trying to derive the answer to any arithmetic equation or a problem, you're trying to first find out the units place, the tens place, hundreds place, 10,000s place, and whatever it is. So if you can solve for your units place first, which is this, these are the only two, this units, this ones, and this units and units will give you the units place. That's all. So this second digit here will give you your tens place, and your last one will give you your hundreds place, because you're multiplying a tens place by tens place, you get a hundreds place, right? So that's what the answer is. So you don't need to really do it this way. In fact, you're doing it this way, because just simply you're grouping them or you're sequencing them better, more optimally, right? Let's look at one more example. Oops. All right. Let's look at one more example. Okay. Now you have a carry here, and no big deal about a carry, right? You have your traditional method here, 34 into 83. What do you get? 102 here, because you're multiplying 34 into 3 and you're multiplying 34 into 8 and you're adding these two together, right? So you have one extra step. You don't need to really do that, because think about the pattern again. 4 into 3 is a 12, right? 4 into 3 is a 12. Now 3 into 3 is a 9 plus 32. 8 into 4 is a 32. What do you get? 32 plus 9. What is 32 plus 9? Right? That is 41. You have to write it like this, because you're having 41. You're allowed one digit units, tens and hundreds, right? The last digit, of course, you're allowed two digits, but here you write it this way, 41, because this is a tens place that will, that will get ultimately carried down here, right? So 41, 12, 3 into 4 into 3 is a 12, 3 into 3 plus 8 into 4 is a 41, right? And 8 into 3 is a 24, right? So this 4 gets added up here, it becomes a 28, and this 1 gets added up here, that becomes a 2. That's it. 2822. Very simple, right? So I hope it's clear. If this pattern is clear in your mind, then you can solve any two-digit number multiplication, 2 digit by 2 digit. And of course, we'll look at 3 digit also. Now there are different methods also when you have to do a 2 digit by a 3 digit or a 3 digit by a 4 digit. We'll talk all about that. But very important in Vedic Maths is we start simple, we understand the pattern, understand the concept of how we solve problems, and then we scale up. That's how we do it. Okay. So let's look at, let me see if you can actually try to do a simple problem here. Who wants to give a try at this? From our sessions on okay, I'm trying to do a live poll now, but okay, wonderful. I think you're getting it there, right? Okay, good. I think you're seeing it. All right, very nice, very nice. Okay, let's look at one more. But I hope you all understood why we are doing this, right? You have your units place, tens place, and hundreds place, right? This is the foundation. The place value system itself, is the foundation of the number system itself, right? I mean, the place value system that actually was found in India, of course, by our ancient knowledgeable mathematicians. And okay. So I'm waiting for answers on this one. Can you all put it in the chat? Good, good. Sumit, yeah. And then, okay, very good. So I think you've got the concept, right? As I explained, it's nothing complicated at all. It is simple, intelligent sequencing of steps, and you will see that in the entire, curriculum on Vedic mathematics. Everywhere, even division. Division is one of the most beautiful methods in Vedic mathematics, and you will be surprised that instead of doing 5-6 steps, you will be doing it in a single step. See, today everyone wants to do things fast, right? We have to do it fast, more efficiently, right? That's the mantra, right? We don't have a lot of time. But again, no rush in learning Vedic mathematics, because learning Vedic mathematics is a journey. And I think the best part about it is you will be able to teach others. There is nothing, that, no rocket science. You don't need any equipment or anything. You just need a pen and a paper and you can teach anybody, right? That's the beauty of it, right? You don't need a lot of concepts also, right? So let's look at a 3-digit multiplication now. Okay, now we talked about 2-digit, right? Let's look at a 3-digit multiplication. Again, remember this pattern. Now we will expand this pattern, and here again I've color coded it. Okay, the red boxes and the orange boxes. Now what does the red box mean here? The red box means you're multiplying. Remember those blue arrows that I put there, similar to that itself. The red boxes means we will multiply digits vertically, and the orange boxes means we will multiply crosswise and add. That's all. Crosswise and add. That's all. Multiply crosswise and add. That's it. So here, the only other thing small you might see is, now see, look at these 3 digits, right? I have put each dot means a digit. Okay, so that's what we will be doing. The very first thing will be to multiply the last digits vertically. So when you multiply the last digits vertically, what do you get? 1 into 1 is a 1, right? Now the next step is move that box a little bit here, okay, to your left, and you got to figure out about these 2 digits. Multiply these crosswise. That's this one, right? So when you do that, what do you get? 2 into 1 is a 2 plus 3 into 1 is a 3. You get 5, right? So let me erase it. Okay, so I want to make it very clear in your head, since we're getting 1 by 1, and then I'll draw the box accordingly. Okay, now what's the next one here? pay attention very closely. Okay, so the next one is you got to take the whole thing out. Okay, so here you multiply this 1 into 1 and a 1 into 1, right? 1 into 1 is a 1, 1 into 1 is a 1, right? So 1 plus 1 is a 2, right? And then you multiply a 2 into 3. Okay, so remember this pattern. So all you're doing is 1 into 1, 1 into 1 plus 2 into 3. 2 into 3 is a 6, right? So 6 plus 1 is a 8. So till here it's clear, right? 8, right? So let me go now to the next box. This is your next box, right? So here again, multiply crosswise. So when you multiply crosswise, you do a 2 into 1 plus 3 into 1. What is that? 3 into 1 is 3, 2 into 1 is 2, 5. And then the last one is easy peasy, no? 1 into 1 is a 1. That's it. So see, the end digits are always easy, right? The end digits are always easy. You got to multiply that. But again, see, it's the same thing here. When you look at it, see the amount of steps that you'll have to do. Of course, now the beauty with Vedic mathematics is if the numbers become larger, your method is still going to be the same and you're not going to be under pressure to do all that heavy lifting. Okay, you can do it one digit at a time. That's another thing about Vedic mathematics. Why multiplying complex numbers, division of complex numbers, finding square roots become easy is because sometimes you don't see the whole numbers as itself. You take it one by one, you chop it and you do those operations and you will be able to get the end result much faster in a single line, right? So that's what is this technique that I have told you. Some of you may have already seen it, okay, but maybe you're here to refresh some of the methods that you have learned. And I know some of the students here in this channel have, I've seen them in the previous sessions, and it's good that you're revising it, because only once you revise it, you're able to remember it forever, right? So remember this pattern. The last red boxes is for multiplying the digits vertically, which is the easiest and easiest thing to do, right? And then you multiply digits crosswise and add. That's all. Okay, so let's look at one more example here with a carry. Now don't worry about a carry at all, because carries are always there. You got to just handle the carry. All you got to remember is you write down one digit at a time. The last digits, whatever the remaining digits are there, you write it in a small font first, right? Over a period of time, you will do this mentally. How you will do this is when you will of course need a pen and a paper, right, to deal with large numbers. But then you do this mentally and keep writing it, right? Keep writing the answer one digit at a time, right? So let's look at this now. 504 into 321, right? Remember the first one, right? It's multiplying the digits vertically, so it's a 4. Then your next step would be to take care of this one here, right? 0 into 1 is a 0. Whenever you're 0, you got to be happy, right? That step is gone, 0. 2 into 4 is a 8, right? 8. You got a 4 here. And then what will be the next step? The next step would be to take the whole all these digits together, right? 5 into 1 is a 5. 3 into 4 is a 12. So 12 plus 5 is a 17. Right? And then you have to do a 0 into 2. The moment you do that, you see that 0, you don't even need to do that step. So I already wrote 17 here. I write it down like this, okay? You don't need to, you can do handle the carry at the end, okay? You can keep all these digits writing down here. Of course, when you do mentally, maybe you can, process it, but slowly, okay? Now, next one is these two set of digits, right? These two set of digits. What do you do again here? Crosswise. See, this is what I'm doing here. This one doing here. So 5 into 2 is a 10. 3 into 0 is a 0 only, right? So I get 10, right? So 10, 17, and then the last one is easy peasy one. 5 into 3, which is a 15, right? So 15, 10, 17, 8 and 4, that's your answer. So the moment you see that, this 1 goes here, this becomes a 16, this 1 goes here, becomes a 1. So your answer is 161784. So trust me, over a period of time, when you start practicing things in Vedic mathematics, you will get a benefit of between anywhere 5 to 10 times the speed. Your speed goes up 5 to 10 times, right? And these matter in competitive exams. right? These matter a lot because you're dealing with a larger problem. For example, you're writing a competitive exam and you have a word problem, and you're dealing with large problems. And these techniques, split second techniques, will help you get to your goal faster, right? So, all right. So this is the pattern that you got to remember. I put this pattern because this is the thought process that has to stay in your head, right? Your two-digit multiplication, I kept the same standard here, multiplying it vertically in the red boxes and the orange boxes for crosswise and add, right? That's all you got to remember. Okay. Shall we try one three-digit multiplication quickly? 131 into 212. Siddharth wants to explain it again. Okay, Siddharth, let me try. Which one you want to re-explain? The two-digit or three-digit? So let's try this one and then we'll see if we get time. Almost 9 o'clock, but given that, I also, some of you joined a bit late, so I don't mind extending for another 5-10 minutes. Okay. Try to solve this quickly, and then you will understand. But see, I have the answer also. I have the pattern right in front of you there, no? So you can do it very slowly. Okay, this is not a speed test or anything. The idea is you solve it very slowly. One 31 into 212. Sumit has got his first answer. 27772. Mandan has come next. 27772. Good. Very good. I think most of you have got it. Anybody has a doubt? So Siddharth, I'm trying to explain. Let me see if I can explain it again. Okay. I have one more poll. Then maybe let me do it after that. If you want to take a shot at this, just one more question and that's it. And then we are done for today. Okay. Very small bite-sized session from Unacademy. The Creative Corner YouTube sessions are bite-sized. Bite-sized, I mean half an hour. There's a lot that you can achieve in half an hour, right? And for half an hour, what all we do, sometimes we just sit around whiling away our time, investing half an hour, and this is great sense. So try this problem now, 121 into 222. And then Siddharth, I'll come back to you again, okay? 121 into 222. Absolutely right, Sumit. So, see, we got to be proud of our culture, right? We have to be proud of our culture. The fact is that India has given so much to the world, right? And it's quite unfortunate. Anyway, I learned Vedic mathematics from from someone who's outside based in the UK, but great respect for the individual because he's been promoting this for so many years. And of course, we have to be proud of ourselves because we have access to this knowledge. We had access, of course. Now it's being becoming more available to all of you through platforms like Unacademy. It's been available for many quite years. A lot of research happening on Vedic mathematics because of one fact is that Vedic mathematics has a lot of potential in modern day computing. Can you believe it? Modern day computing. The reason is there are algorithms that can perform and run faster than traditional algorithms using the methods and steps and sequences of Vedic mathematics. While it might be a few milliseconds here and there or a few seconds in certain cases, but then today's world is having so much of data and we have to expect that this is only going to increase. So we need to take advantage of smarter algorithms. And why not building smarter algorithms using Vedic mathematics, right? There's a lot of applications to it. And trust me, the more we learn about it, the more we explore. And for you at a young age, you have a long road ahead. Who knows, you might be just filing a patent one day, right, on some new solution that can solve problems faster. And of course, there are people have filed patents already on different areas, but this has got a lot of potential and applications. We have to appreciate this, right? Okay, very good. I think you've got the answer. Now, Siddharth, I don't know if you're still there, but let me try to quickly recap quickly. 2-minute recap on two-digit multiplication. The pattern was very simple. You do a crosswise multiplication and addition in the middle, and the end you multiply vertically. That's all you got to do. Okay, and then you write your answer in a single line, and I explained that because of the concept, the fact that you're trying to find out the units place, tens place, and hundreds place. So when you're finding the units place, you multiply the units digits and the units digits, you get a units place. And when you want to multiply that, when you want to find out what's in the tens place, you're multiplying the tens by the ones and the tens by the ones, and you're adding them together, you ultimately get your tens place. And you have to find out the hundreds place, you're finding out multiplying the 20s by the tens, right? 20s by the tens, you get a hundreds place. So that's what you get, something 200, right? So you're doing the same thing here also, but here you're doing it a little differently, because you're doing it first multiplying both the digits by the units place first, then by the tens place, and then adding it together. Answer is the same, but why not if you can get it faster? Because your end goal is to find out units, tens, and hundreds, and that's all. So same concept applies in 3-digit also, right? Here you're finding the thousands place, units, tens, hundreds, units, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000s place, right? Because you're multiplying the thousands and the thousands. So ultimately the concept is the same. You're just expanding this, and maybe in some of the future sessions we'll go through 4-digit multiplication as well, and we'll go through a concept called the base multiplication in the next session. And it is a very beautiful concept in Vedic mathematics, because Vedic mathematics is everything about the concept of a whole, about a whole. And we will talk to you by whole means something closer to the whole. So you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you have your 10. So you have your hundreds, you have your thousands, right? So we will deal with the base numbers. Let me call this the base numbers, and then do a lot of calculations faster using concepts of base multiplication. So we'll see that in the next session, but I wanted to start the session very small with two simple concepts. Basically it's one concept of vertically and crosswise, but expanded to 2-digit and 3-digit. So let me end the session quickly with a food for thought. And I've told this to some of his students, but this is one of my best one because it's very relevant in today's time. Life is a math equation. In order to gain the most, you need to convert the negatives into positives. So with all the problems around us, with all the challenges around us, try to channelize that and convert it to something positive, right? You will gain, you will only gain, and not for yourself, but for everyone around you. And as Dr. Seo said, the questions are complicated, the answers are simple. So a lot of people around you might try to make things complicated for you, but try to find simple answers, and those are the ones that matter. Okay, so what did we learn today? 2-digit, 3-digit multiplication, and that's it. Okay, so thank you very much. It was great seeing you here. We had a small late start, but I'm sure we had, I'm sure you all had, a good session. So it was good seeing you, and I'll see you for the next session. Okay, till then, take care and goodbye. Yes, Sumit. A lot of course, Shakuntala Devi was a very divine person. She had divine skills as well, but she did of course use a lot of concepts from ancient Indian mathematics, Vedic mathematics to be what she was. But she had divine skills, and some of it are not really explained, but she had great divine skills. Thank you very much.